In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. That over there is Cash Kraus.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going, man.
We're keeping busy in these crazy times.
Well, what else is there to do but podcast? You know?
It is. It's a good time to be producing material also.
It is.
Because people are, like I said, people are getting desperate.
They are.
People are getting desperate for any kind of content. But, yeah, how you holding up?
I'm holding up just fine. I mean, everything's okay for me.
There's been quite a few shows being released.
Yes, there have been.
And that's been good timing. I think everyone is releasing everything they have available because they saw Tiger King.
They saw what a success that was.
Oh, my God.
Huge.
Dude.
Did you know there's one more episode coming?
Well, the guy, David Spade has been interviewing all the guys from
Yes.
Tiger King.
Yep.
And they think that there's so much unused footage that they think they're going to come out in their series.
How so?
Just because they have so much footage that they can have a whole nother season.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But, yeah, so what's the next episode supposed to be?
I don't know. It's just Joe Exotic in prison. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
one unreleased episode or something?
I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline.
Oh,
but
nice.
it was a reputable source, so.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I mean, poor guy. He was kind of one of the worst people
And he also-
on the face of the planet.
You know, allegedly tried to have someone murdered, so.
Yeah. But there's also a lady that allegedly that killed someone that is not in jail
not in
right
jail.
now.
No, she is not.
But yeah, the guy just wanted to be famous, and now he's the most famous person on the face of the planet, and he is sitting behind bars.
Did you
Classic.
hear Baskin Robbins took Baskin out of their names because they couldn't have the same name as that bitch Carol?
Well, she'll come after you.
She'll
She'll come after you. And
She'll feed
right
you to
now,
the
Carol
tigers.
Baskin is leading the polls in people that created the coronavirus for me.
Yeah,
Because according to Joe Exotic, she's pure evil.
she is.
She's the
She
next
is.
Hitler incarnate, and we need to take this woman down
Oh, man.
quick.
He had so much unreal hate for her. So crazy.
Those videos, the online,
Oh, my God. Where he was like shooting the mannequin and stuff. I'm like, relax. Relax, man.
but
Holy cow.
she really hated him though.
She
too.
did hate him.
She fucking
Yeah.
hated him, and at times I thought unnecessarily so. I mean, he was again not a horrible person, but I don't think she knew everything that we knew after watching the season.
Yeah, no.
She just hated him because she wanted to be the only one that had tigers.
Mm-hmm.
She had some weird tiger fetish where I thought it was just too far.
Yeah.
Where I felt like she wasn't protecting the animals anymore. We're like at her wedding, she had like her husband dress up as in like stripes and shit,
Yes.
and like
Once she wears it every time she goes and tries to get a law passed.
that's what I thought.
wears-
Isn't wearing tiger shit like anti
Yeah.
and like not
I
what
guess
you
only
want?
if it's real fur, I suppose.
Yeah, but still, one of you would just want to not wear anything tiger, not even to give the image of wearing a dead animal.
Because you don't know if people are getting the wrong idea.
Yeah, that was giving me weird feelings. But we're not here to talk about Tiger King, but we could.
We
know
definitely
that
could, yeah.
and know that.
And we had before, actually,
for a
on our
long
last
time,
TV
yeah.
Tuesday. But
Eventually, we'll be able to put all these clips together, and we'll have a
Full
full
Tiger
hour-long
King
Tiger King
episode,
episode.
yeah.
But, yeah, we're here to do a different Netflix show, though.
yeah, we are. And this is our TV Tuesday.
Something that I am equally excited about as the Tiger King. The Ozark Season 3, Mason. It's finally here.
It is here.
Our favorite upper-class white family drama. It doesn't get better than this.
Navarro Cartel.
It does not get better than this. What did you think? We were doing 1 through 5
Today.
and
Yep.
then we're gonna do 1 through 5 later on. Release a
6
2-part,
through 10.
like 6
Yeah.
through 10. Yeah, like we usually do. But What do you think about the first half?
Loved it. I loved how it just jumped right into it.
Yeah.
There was no, that opening scene. I don't want to talk, we won't jump into it yet, but just the opening scene set the tone for the whole show. I was like, damn, okay.
I'm always hesitant to start a new show, especially after 3 seasons, because you're always worried it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. But they have managed to keep it fresh every single time.
Every year.
I think I'm going to watch it. I think it's going to be the same stuff. I always think, what more can you do? But, man.
They find a way.
There is more that you can do. And when your wife is just fucking off the rails wild card, you never know. There's always shit. She's getting you deeper and deeper into it.
Yeah.
But
I really thought Wendy kind of took over this season in general.
She's becoming the bad guy.
Yeah.
I think I said it last time, but she's 100% becoming the bad guy in my eyes. She doesn't care, but she just wants in deeper. She
wants the whole pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why Marty's like, I just want out of this.
He
didn't want
out.
He didn't want to be out. He didn't want to be in it in the first place.
I do understand Wendy's point, though. I do understand why she's in it, because, it is the protection. The Navarro cartel is their protection. So if the Navarro cartel's at war with the Lagunas cartel,
yeah,
then
but
it's you'd rather have your guy win than theirs.
Yeah, but you know who else can protect you? Cops, FBI.
Against the cartel? I don't know.
Well,
that might be a tall order.
I don't know. You don't want the cartel protect you in any sense. You don't want to be with them in any sense.
Yeah, good point.
Marty wants to make that. They want to do their job and get out.
Mm-hmm.
There's no getting out if you're starting you're opening up like a Wendy's franchise with them. You're partners at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. So I don't know. It's crazy. Let's just jump into it.
Well, and we should bring this up too. Jason Bateman won an Emmy for this for best directing.
Yeah. He should win one for best acting.
He should.
Because he's fucking, especially in this season, he is.
And Laura Linney, too. She's amazing.
There's a lot of, and
Julia Garner.
She won an Emmy also.
Ruth.
Yeah, she won an Emmy also. Yep. Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's jump into this.
First episode titled Wartime, directed by Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
The man himself. Wears a lot of hats, that guy.
He does.
Multifaceted, very talented man. The Navarros are at war. Big cartel war. Like you said, this first scene set the tone. I was in as first 5 minutes. I knew, oh my God, yes, they did it. They did it again.
Yep.
First scene, it shows a guy, I guess you can call him a hitman. He goes into like a cover, like a shoe store, I guess, or something. I don't know. And it's just a cover for money laundering.
Yeah.
And it's
a shell company.
Yeah, of the other cartel. And he kills those people and blows up the operation. Kills 37 people.
Well, yeah, and when the money's exploding, okay, this guy's no friggin' Robin Hood, all right? When the money's exploding everywhere, he leaves a bag in the middle of all the money.
He's more of the Mexican Joker.
Yes, the Mexican Joker from South Park. Yeah. Good reference.
But he really is. Because he just wanted to cause chaos. The big thing was it was in the Navarro territory. So that was, you're not allowed to do anything there, especially kill anyone, because they're supposed to be under Navarro protection. Yeah.
And he left a bomb with all that money flying around, and that's how he killed all those people.
Yeah, 37. But man, this guy was a stone cold killer.
Oh yeah,
he really
did
was
not care.
Like the Mexican 007. I mean, the way the knife kill and everything, that was awesome. This guy was like the Terminator. But so he blows them up, and it just goes into that war is being waged because Wendy she's keeping like close track of it. Well, they all are, because we learned that Marty really wants, Navarro dead. He wants him to die in this whole thing. But and they're taking couples therapy. That was part of the thing for their kids, right?
Yep.
And oh God, though, this couples therapist is a great fucking character.
It's a really good character. It's a fun character.
Man, this chick, she's just enjoying life.
Of course. She's making a little extra money.
This is a therapist's wet dream. You just get the most fucked up people in the world, and this guy's paying you fucking extra just to listen to it.
Just to listen.
I mean, she's not a very good therapist.
No.
I mean, she's breaking a lot of rules.
When he's paying her to side with him, too. Yeah.
She's really willing. Did they look this chick up? Is she licensed?
Is it just some lady? Just some random lady in Ozark, Missouri.
They're laying to listen. They're just paying to listen to her. But so Marty is paying like you said, the therapist to side with him, which is a pretty shitty thing to do in couples therapy. But yeah, and that's pretty much how it's going week after week is they go in and the therapist ends up siding with Helen without Helen knowing. Again, real shitty thing to do to your wife. But while this is happening, someone is getting waterboarded. Helen.
Yes, the lawyer.
And you got to think if you're working with the cartels, this is just a Friday.
Well, this is just a loyalty test. That's all it is.
She's probably been through this multiple times. They probably, when she joined the company, 10-year reunion,
every promotion.
You know what we got to do. Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's kind of like hazing.
You get into a new office, you got to do a little waterboarding. And she takes like a champ, though.
She does.
But she's getting waterboarded because her fucking husband.
Her ex-husband. Yeah.
Who she is somehow being able to keep this crazy secret from her husband and 2 kids. For what, 30 years that she works with
the whole time. Yeah, it's insane.
Honey, I notice you come home sopping wet a lot. Is there something going on at work? I mean, you're...
She's like, no, I just hit the gym, took a shower. That's why the hair's
frazzled all the time. Is something happening? But yeah, so they have no idea. And the cartel just wants to kill her. And it's not even her husband, it's her ex-husband.
Yeah, it's the ex-husband Gene.
We all know about ex-husbands, you know. We all want to kill our exes.
Of course.
But she's a good gal.
She is.
And she knows really it would be devastating for her kids if their dad was killed by a Mexican cartel. Mm-hmm. Strangely enough, I can see why that would be depressing. But yeah, so she's getting waterboarded just to make sure that her husband's doesn't know anything, and that I don't know, just because they got to waterboard someone, I guess. You know, it's either her husband or her. And she took one for the team.
Well, the whole reason why is because they thought Gene knew something, her ex-husband.
Yes, they thought that he had something on her because he was reopening the custody case or something like that. So they thought, oh, fuck, he's got something. But you would think they would just go kill him. And
or just look at the information and why he's claiming it. Yeah.
But eventually they let her go. Helen's a trooper.
She is.
A real
tough broad.
A real ice queen, in my opinion.
Real
a cold bitch, but she's pretty good for this. And also why this is going on, it's a real mother's story this season. A lot of moms in this, because Darlene is at the mom's fucking whatever they call that when you got a baby and you got to go with the other moms.
Yep.
I'm not a mom.
I don't know, like baby therapy. I don't know.
I doubt it's baby therapy. But yeah, she's because she stole that fucking baby. Zeke stole. They actually gave it to her, but
they did. Yeah.
But there's bad blood, and yeah, she's not doing okay. One of the mom mentioned something about having to breastfeed, and Darlene does not like that. No. She slashes the woman's tire.
Crazy.
And not even like hiding it, really.
No, it was pretty blatant.
It was. She just does not. I mean, she's a short fuse, this one. And it wasn't even that big of a deal.
No, it wasn't. She escalated that way farther than it needed.
And the lady walked out, and you just saw her doing it. I'm like, oh,
she was like, hey, what are you doing?
And then, but she's on thin ice or whatever because she like adopted the baby, so she's got to go through the courts and whatnot because the birds had Zeke, you know, they were fostering him, so this doesn't look good for her.
No,
slashing a tire never does, especially at a fucking baby therapy, or whatever that we call it. So yeah, things aren't going great for Darlene, but things are going pretty good for Wyatt, who's living in a fucking mansion. This kid.
He is, man. Well, he struck gold here. I don't know how he's.
I was wondering at first. I'm like, I thought one, he's got to be fucking like an old lady. Ended up, this is just not the time. He's fucking an old lady. That comes in later.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, he's just breaking into this house and living there. Like he runs the fucking place. That's it. No story or anything.
Well, I mean, the reason why is she posted his bail. Remember, he got arrested.
Well, he gets arrested for this. He gets arrested for breaking into the house because remember the mom comes home and the mom tases Wyatt, and then the kids start kicking the shit out of him. That's when he gets jailed.
Yeah.
And then Ruth, but he doesn't take Ruth's bail money because he fucking hates Ruth because Ruth killed his dad. Darlene is also at the police station, probably always at the police station because she's always slashing tires. But So she overhears that he went to jail, and she offers to bail him out, and they do.
Yep.
That starts just a long love affair, and one of them just.
It is a strange side character, but I think it's going to make more sense in season 4. They're setting up for something.
Oh yeah.
With this character.
But yeah, and she asks Wyatt. She says, Wyatt, let's. I got a house. I got like a little cottage deal. I'm also grow a lot of heroin.
A lot of poppy.
Yeah, so come on down and you can live with me while you. It starts off innocent enough at the start.
Yeah, enough. Yeah, I think she just wants to do the right thing.
Well, she needs a man.
She does need a man. Her husband's
The
gone.
nest is empty.
He's dead.
Yeah, long dead. She's
he
pretty
is.
bitter about this because she's.
Yeah,
Well, he's not gone because she's talking to him all the time.
it's true. You got to keep him around.
Your loved ones are never dead when you're fucking batshit crazy.
It's true.
You always got company. That's the thing. But yeah, so she's talking to him all the time, giving her good advice, I'm sure. But and Jonah gets a drone also. That's a small part of this episode. And Marty insists for him not to shoot drone porn. I don't think that's a thing.
That was a weird thing. I was like, huh?
He was adamant that he knew about it, but drone porn? I don't
know. Maybe Marty's into some weird things. Maybe he likes that drone porn.
But yeah, and basically Marty is told by Helen to start laundering money now. But they don't want to launder money because they just killed old what's-his-name, the FBI agent.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to do it. But Helen says, you got to do it fucking now because Navarro needs money for that war going on. And but Wendy devises a plan, and this is where it all starts.
Yep, this is where the whole precedent or precipice is for the show is.
And you just want to strangle Wendy, in my opinion. God, and Wendy's also having some crazy dreams too that we got to mention. Not good dreams about Marty.
Yeah.
No, not about Marty. No. But yeah, Wendy says, "Hey, let's start making this legit. I want some money." She wants to fucking because she was in politics and shit. She just wants to own like Missouri or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wants to just start opening up businesses after businesses while they are. They just opened up a casino, and why are they laundering money for the cartel? She wants to stack these plates, and Marty's not going for it.
No.
Marty says, "Hell, what are you talking about?" Marty has the same reaction that I think everyone wants.
I think majority of people do, where it's like, hold on,
Yeah,
we're almost out of
We
this
just
thing.
had the craziest summer ever. Are you shitting me? Now you want to go into business with this guy? She goes behind his back. They do it anyways.
Yeah,
and,
she calls up Navarro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says they'll meet in person, which is something that Wendy didn't anticipate. Of course, you think you're just going to get a phone call from this guy. You think he's not going to fly down and see you in person when he's got a war going on.
And then Wendy, obviously, in that conversation, she gets really into it with Navarro and talks about his children's future and their plans and how to provide for your family long after you're gone with legal and legit funds and money. And that's kind of her sales pitch.
Yeah, but she's working him like she works everyone.
Yep.
She gets to him knowing that he's at war and knowing that he's probably feeling the heat of what's going on, especially knowing that he's at war plus the FBI and probably multiple other governments are after him. But yeah, she tells them that they can open up another casino and get more money laundering. And Ruth ends up throwing Frank Crosgrove Jr. because he's working at the casino through his dad, the Kansas City.
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah, because they have because they opened up what's their casino called?
It's Bell.
The Mississippi Bell.
Yeah, the Mississippi Bell.
Yeah, they opened up that casino, and I like the really cheesy commercial they do in this episode.
In the very, wasn't it towards the beginning?
Yeah, it's the first thing I think we see after the guy blowing up yeah. But yeah, and they're opening up. Well, they're doing a poker tournament, to make the casino more legit. And Frank Jr. wants in, and they allow him to go in. And he's like the first one out, and he makes a huge ass of himself. Of course, exactly what you knew he was going to do. Yeah. And Ruth ends up kicking him in the nuts. It's a classic gag.
It is.
Classic physical comedy. I gave a good laugh, and she threw him off the boat.
The top of the boat, and that was a few stories up, too. That's a long
Well, he ended up breaking like his arm or something. Yeah. So that's how the first episode ends, and shit's gonna kick off heavy.
Yep.
Because now they got to go deal with the Kansas City mob. So Marty can't catch a break here. everyone he's working with is working against him. So episode 2, titled Civil Union. This episode arguably starts off crazier than the first episode. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Neither did I. I was so confused. I'm like, what is this picture that this man is flipping out
Well, at
about?
first I'm like, have we been introduced to this guy already?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, did I miss this?
Yeah. I'm like, did I skip 8 episodes ahead where someone got a teaching job or something? But, yeah, we introduced to Marty's brother, Ben, who is...
Wendy's brother.
Wendy's
Ben.
brother, yeah, Wendy's brother, who is a fucking
Substitute
nut
teacher.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a substitute teacher, and it's like his first fucking day or something. And something happens in his class where they're passing around, phones are going off. Let's talk about this classroom for a second.
Okay.
Is there no phone rule in school anymore?
It depends on the teacher. Depends on the teacher.
Every single kid had a phone on their desk, and none of them were even silenced.
No, they weren't.
I go to college, and I'm guessing they're much more lenient about cell phone rules. They tell you to silence your phone at least.
Of course, silence your
This
phone.
guy-
At least you can do. Yeah, the whole class.
Has the ringers full blast. It's going off the entire time, and this guy is not getting mad at all.
No.
He's taking it very well. He's being very cool until someone shows him a picture, and it's a picture of one of the students. It's got to be a nude, right?
It has. I mean, I don't know what else it would have been.
This guy goes batshit crazy, gathers up everyone's starts not losing it like a calm crazy.
Yeah, not like a calm teacher, like a psychopath.
but like you can tell something's wrong because he like boils and blows up.
yeah. And he puts all their phones in a garbage can. And I thought that was it. I thought he was just like, you can have them at the end of class. No, this dude walks outside, and you're like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
There's a wood chipper outside, and he tosses the phones in.
And all that, not even the craziest part.
No.
The guy operating the wood chipper comes over.
like, hey,
like,
man.
you can't do it. It's for wood.
Yeah,
you can't be
it's for
throwing
cell phones.
Can't be throwing I mean, I can't have you do it. I'm going to lose my job. He turns around, tackles this guy.
It beats the shit out of him. I was like, oh my God, he's going to kill him.
He's going to kill this man. And that's how it ends. That's
It
how we
does.
get introduced. What a wild day at school that would be.
Could you imagine trying to explain that to your friends?
Could you
if were
imagine
in that class?
You could imagine being
Dude.
the wood chipper guy going home and be like, I don't know what happened.
The wife's like, yeah, okay, Fred, you were at the bars again.
You're drinking
weren't you?
again,
Yeah,
aren't you?
You are.
Yeah.
You smell your breath. No, I promise.
Like,
I
well, yeah,
swear.
I had to go after. I mean, stuff happened. Yeah, it was a wild day. For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
And of course, he lost his job.
Mhm.
You don't say, hey, come back tomorrow. We're gonna start over.
We're gonna start fresh.
You put that guy
It was
in
a
the
bad
yeah.
day, but we'll move on from this.
poor
We'll move
wood
forward.
chipper guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
That job's dangerous enough.
It is.
Now you got people
Can lose
beating
a
the
limb.
shit out of you. Yeah. But so that's end of Ben for now. Marty and Ruth, they go to Kansas City because they want to talk to Frank Sr. Smooth things over, right? They end up doing it with offering more money,
yeah.
15%.
15%.
It ends up being 10, but then Frank, being a
Frank.
mob. Yeah, I mean, he says 15, and we'll call it good. Because it ended up fucking Frank Jr. ended up saying he was going to rat him out.
He was.
And Frank
then-
Sr. did not like that.
No, but his son kept denying it on the couch. He's like, you're fucking lying. You're fucking
yeah.
lying. It's like, whatever, Frank. Of course you were.
Yeah, Frank Sr. didn't
little
believe
turd.
him. Yeah, I mean,
No,
his
of
own
course
dad
not.
didn't believe
Yeah,
him.
no.
He's like, what are you going to believe this over here and son? And he was like, yeah.
It's like,
cool.
yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah, that kid's a piece of
I'll
shit.
take an extra 5% for
Oh,
you
yeah.
tossing my
That's
son
your
off.
15%. Yeah. But, yeah, so they agree to that, and things are smoothed over that way. And Ruth is untouchable now.
Yes.
So now...
Just like Frank.
Yeah, because Frank Jr. fucking hates Ruth.
He hates her.
And Ruth is not pleasant to be around.
No.
In
and
any-
God, she yells all the time. I mean, I could imagine it'd be stressful.
Well, she's the meanest
situation.
person in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, remember Ben comes in the casino, he's just sitting there. Ruth comes in flying.
With like 7 security guys, like, get the fuck
yeah,
out of
you
my
can't
casino.
sit here. I'm like, no one
Goodness
else
gracious.
is. Yeah. But, yeah, so that's how Ruth and Ben meet. Ben comes to the casino and wants to ask Wendy, I guess, just to stay there.
He needs a place to crash,
yeah,
man. He just got fired. Again.
I was immediately suspicious of that coming out
Well,
of nowhere.
of course.
Especially
You knew that was going to be a big big plot moving
Oh
forward.
yeah, absolutely. Especially with that guy, I'm guessing this is not his first case of flying off the handle.
It is not. No.
I'm gonna guess right now that this guy has clear history. You just don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not a one-time thing.
Well, they
You
bring it up
beating-
within the first 5 episodes that he deals with a severe case of bipolar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like, what is it, episode 3 or 4 where he's just sitting like at the table and they're talking and he just blows up.
Yeah,
and they're
for no
like,
reason.
and she's just staring at him like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's not even his like deal at all. It's got
Nope.
nothing to do with it. But yeah, you know immediately but he's likable. He's very
Yeah,
likable.
he is. He's a very likable character.
He doesn't give a shit about anyone.
No.
It doesn't matter who you are. He'll go fight anyone. The wood chipper guy, Kansas City mob. He'll beat the shit.
He did have a really good relationship with Jonah and Charlotte, though. More so Jonah than Charlotte, but still good relationship.
And he has a good
with both.
relationship with Wendy also.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's nice. It's nice to have like. I think it was smart to throw in like this normal outside character into this crazy family, just so we can kind of see the contrast.
Yeah, and to get context is like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
this
Yeah.
really is
Yeah.
crazy.
Because it's funny because every scene he's in, he's like, "What the fuck
Yeah,
is
it's
going
like,
on?
What is going on in this place? Why did you guys move to Ozark?
Because every scene he's in is like, this is not normal. With like where like the kid talking to the cops and everything. He's like, what the hell is going on here? But like, it's funny to see though. It's smart, I think, writing wise, to throw that character in because again, we see that kind of like, this is not normal. This
Right.
is not normal how normal people act. But yeah. So and Ruth takes Ben or ends up waking up Wendy, and they end up basically Wendy says this is not a good time.
No.
Not a good time at all, but they'll talk about it in the morning. While this is going on, Wendy's making an offer to Carl and Anita Gnarlson of the Big Muddy Casino in St. Joseph.
Because their numbers have been down recently, and a brand new casino across the river opened up.
Literally 30 feet across the
Yeah.
river. Like, you couldn't move that bitch down.
No.
It's a boat. You can anchor
That's
it
it.
anywhere. So, but they did right across. So, yeah, they're hemorrhaging money. So, Wendy knows it's a good time to come in and swoop this. But the guy, he's a real fucking cuck. You could tell he's been walked all over his entire
And
life.
he got the inheritance from his father, and
He's running into the ground. But Marty talks Carl into keeping it.
he does because again, Marty wants nothing to do with
Yeah.
this. He wants out,
But
he does not want to get deeper in.
It's this dynamic of, it's so weird because it's like they're working together, but they're working against each other constantly. So like, but they don't even talk about it, or they know that they're doing it and they don't talk about it. It's just kind of like the better man's got to win, and that whoever wins, that's end up going to be the way we go with it. It's wild, and
It
it
is.
leads to some
to a
crazy
lot of
shit.
problems. Yeah.
For sure. Or it leads to Marty blowing up a boat. But yeah. So they decline the offer because Carl says, I'm gonna bounce this back. The casino's mine, it's been his family, he wants to keep it going. But Wendy isn't done because Wendy kind of already told fucking Navarro that it's gonna happen. Once Navarro gets an idea in his head, I'm guessing he can't really pull him back on
Right.
that.
And if you put the idea in his head, it then becomes his idea, and that's it.
Yeah.
Navarro.
Yeah.
He's the kind of cartel leader who does that, where it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's my idea.
Yeah, for sure. But Marty's like, he'll forget about it. Marty's like, deals go bad.
Yeah,
Not
he's
with
got a
this
lot on
fucking
his
guy.
plate anyway. He's got a war and everything else.
But yeah, he seemed pretty adamant when he flew into fucking Chicago during a war to talk to Wendy. I mean, that should be pretty good evidence that he's pretty serious
Yeah,
about
I would
this.
say.
But yeah, so and then Marty pays Frank Sr. to pay Frank Jr. to go light the boat on fire. So the Narsons don't have any competition, so
Yep.
they definitely won't sell the casino. And it ends up working. They
It
end up
does.
blowing it up. And yeah, and the Carsons say again, we're gonna fucking keep it. Navarro calls Wendy and tells him a story about a maid.
Oh, that maid who had an accident, who slipped, and she knocked her 2 teeth out before he even realized it.
Yeah.
He picked them up.
I'm guessing she didn't slip for one.
No.
I'm guessing he slipped and maybe knocked her the fuck out and then killed her.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a very odd. Navarro is like He's like the
He said
drug lord philosopher.
He is.
He's
He
got
really is.
some-
He's always got some story. That's what I
and
was-
he's always like fucking 8 levels ahead of anyone else. He's like, I can't imagine El Chapo was similar to this.
Yeah.
He seemed more like a Fred Flintstone
Yeah, he
type
did.
character. But I don't know.
Well, that was the thing too. And then like Navarro was all concerned about it being a quote bad omen.
Exactly.
And that's why he was trying to work it through with Wendy.
Yeah. A bad omen. No, you just beat the shit out of your maid and then killed her.
Killed her. Yeah.
It might be bad karma eventually.
I mean,
but
I'm assuming everything else that you're doing is also bad karma.
yeah,
like
but don't let that
drugs
don't let that stop you from opening up a new casino.
live your life. You know,
Exactly.
do what you got to do.
Maids come and go, but casinos are forever.
They are.
That's what they say.
I've also heard
Yeah,
that.
but so Navarro, he calls her, tells her the accident, and Wendy says, "Oh yeah, things are good." She
Yeah.
just kind of takes
Calms
that-
him down a little bit, but low key, very nervous. about
very
this man.
scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to give him bad news after that. I'm guessing.
No.
But yeah, Darlene, she talks to we flashback. Darlene, she's on the farm. She's talking to dead Jacob.
Yep, dead Jacob.
Dead Jacob.
That is now his name.
Yeah, very much alive in her mind though.
Yes, no longer alive in the actual show.
No longer a physical body, but more of a metaphorical sense of a person. But and he sees or after seeing Wendy and Wyatt, he admits sometimes or Wyatt comes in and sees Darlene talk to Jacob, and Darlene says, "Who do you talk to?" And Wyatt says, "Well, I talk to my dad sometimes," because you can tell he's very upset about his dad still.
Yeah, definitely. Understandable.
Yeah, he was murdered, and murdered by your only family,
Yeah.
which is a tough
Which
thing.
is even a tougher pill.
Because
to
there's only
swallow.
3 of those, whatever their last names are. I can't remember, but because that family's been around forever. There's
Yes,
only
they have.
3 of them left now. Wyatt, 3, which is the little brother, and Ruth. There was 4.
Ruth Langmores. The Langmores.
The Langmores, yeah. There was 4, but Ruth killed Wyatt's dad, so down to 3. But and that's when Darlene tells Wyatt that he can stay in the cabin. And Wyatt says, "Oh, fuck yeah, I'll stay in the cabin for free. Are you kidding me?" Meanwhile, Wendy, she's got to get the big money sold. So she goes in there and she figures out a slot machine trick to rig all the slot machines to pay out big. And that
Pay out big and pay out a lot, too.
that-
And they have a lot of people getting paid.
that tanks the big money. So they have to sell.
And it was such a crazy contrast too when you watch Wendy Bird in the way that she talks to these muddy people. You know, for it's like, oh yeah, you really want this, you want to retire. We're trying to help you. We're giving you 15% above market. You know, being very sweet. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
when this turn comes, she gets real mean real fast.
She is so good at this part of manipulating
Yes.
people. My God.
Manipulating emotions too, and
Yeah. And it's to where like it's a real character development over 3 seasons, you know, where
Absolutely.
at first she hesitated to do all this and now it's second nature. You really see that when they go to court over Zeke and she's just able to lie to the judge, you know, so easily
Right.
and whatnot. But and Trevor, the FBI agent, who's the ex of the FBI agent who got murdered. Oh, I can't freaking remember his name.
I don't know.
He was huge in the second season, you know. He was but anyways, he was dating Wyatt's, or they were at Wyatt and the FBI agent were having a affair, Wyatt's dad, remember?
Yeah.
But anyways, Trevor informs Marty that the FBI will be auditing Marty's business, the casinos, and pretty much that they're going to be there forever.
They're checking every hour. They're checking chips and all that.
they're-
All the casino work.
And they can keep getting fucking
Warrants.
they
Extend
keep-
the
Yeah, they
warrants.
can keep getting warrants, making it impossible for him to launder money,
Yes.
making Navarro very angry.
Not a happy man.
Get into episode 3, titled "Kevin Cronin Was Here," not directed by Jason Bateman. This one
It was not.
gave it to someone else.
Well, I could imagine it's probably pretty hard to direct a TV show while also starring in that.
Yeah,
TV show.
and TV shows for directors, you know, they're interchangeable. It's the showrunner and the writers that are
Yes.
running TV shows. So
Well, and
that's why they always have celebrity directors come on and do an episode because you're just there kind of for nothing.
Yeah, and what we literally just heard, it's like television. It's the writer's ideas.
Yeah,
film is the director's
that's
ideas.
That's absolutely true. Yeah. But so it opens up with Wendy having a dream of killing Marty, shooting him multiple times. A very weird dream because the dog
was involved.
Yeah, pretending like getting the dog out and pretending it was like hit or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure.
I didn't know what exactly that
I had no idea what that was.
meant
Yeah,
either.
either.
It was very weird.
Yeah, I thought so too. And meanwhile, the Gnarlsons refuse to sell the hotel again. These fucking people, they're real wishy-washy on this thing.
They're back and forth and back and forth.
Back and forth for sure. But Marty and Ruth's plan to launder at the Big Money Casino. That ends because the casino ends up closing.
Yes, for the renovations. Yeah. Because they have enough money to do it.
Yeah.
Which is what she's telling them. So.
Yeah. And Frank Sr. lets Wendy know that Marty is the one who arranged the fire. And now Wendy knows for the first time that Marty
was behind it.
Was beyond everything, was working against her. And Frank Sr.'s like, what the hell's going on? Even for Frank Sr.'s like, what, you guys don't even know about this shit that's going on? Not a good couple.
No.
Not a good couple at all, but...
Well, and then Marty gets the bad news, too, from Helen, that Navarro doesn't want any of that money to be laundered through the Big Muddy casino either.
Yeah. And opening up the big... Or the next... Or they don't do this yet. I won't get into that yet. But, so Wendy tells Carl... Wendy tells Carl pretty much that you've been walked around. Just manipulates him. Mm-hmm. Says you've been stepped on your entire life. Time for you, Carl, to take control and sell this bitch. Get out of there, Carl. Carl fucking takes this to heart because he ends up murdering his wife.
Well, I don't know if it was intentional murder.
Well, it is murder when you don't call for help.
That's true. Well, I think
you could say you bump someone down the stairs, but when you walk away for 45 minutes...
or never come back.
It's probably murder. Yeah, or let her drown in a river instead of hopping down there.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he was on the older side. It probably would have been hard to go all the way down that hill. Whoever was that stunt double, that was a great shot, though, of her falling down the hill.
Oh, my God, it was comedic. It was a little She hit a few trees on the way. It was, whoa. It was very funny. But yeah, man, I mean, if you loved your wife, you could be 90 years old. You're going to take that hill.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to take
You're not going to be thinking, well, damn, I don't want to slip. While she's gurgling up blood and water. I don't
want to bruise my hip.
This could be bad for me. I don't know.
She looks bad enough.
Yeah.
It is true, though. I mean, she would have been dead before she hit the water.
I don't know, maybe. She
looks a hell of a tumble.
Yeah, she looked like she was in worse shape, though, physically than he was. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's good news for Helen.
Yeah, it is. Still good news.
Good news for Carl, too, I guess, because he seemed pretty damn happy.
Well, he gets all the funds now. He doesn't have to split it with his wife.
So, and that's good because the deal ends up going through.
It does.
That's good news. But yeah, like you said, the casino can't be used for money laundering.
No.
Because it's got to be on the books. Because Navarro wants that for, I assume, his many, many children.
Yeah.
Because he talks about having a girlfriend at one time, and he talks about having multiple kids. So,
and the kids get brought up later on in the show too.
So this, and then something weird happens because Helen asks Ruth if she could run the Missouri Belle without Marty, which would be a red flag for me if I was fucking Ruth. But she just goes, "Yep."
I know she didn't even put two and two together at all.
Yeah, you would have went, no, I can't. I'm making him a little more necessary to have around. But yeah, she says, oh, hell yeah, Marty is useless. You can get rid of that guy if you want. And it's going to come in later in the play with Ruth taking charge. So,
yes.
And meanwhile, Marty is working the Bell because he wants to have REO Speedwagon, the actual REO Speedwagon.
Yes, the real band.
Come and play because to have a dentist. Because, like, the first episode, like, the biggest dentist union or whatever want to come in. And the only way they would have their...
gathering there.
Their yearly meeting or whatever, the dentist or whatever. How exciting that must be. they gotta have Ario. Dentists
That's
love
the number one.
Ario.
I guess so.
Come on, of course.
I went and saw Ario Speedwagon 2 or 3 years ago, and I left.
Really?
I left after the first song.
Why?
Yeah, it's awful.
Wow.
It sounded so, completely off key. I was like, this is bad, and people were laughing around me. It was me and Logan.
Were
and me
they
and Griffin.
drunk?
Probably.
Man.
It was bad. It was just so out of tune, dude.
Wow.
It was the same night that I saw Styx and
Was Styx
someone
good?
else. Styx was good. Styx was good.
I really want to
And
go
luckily,
see
Ario
Styx.
Speedwagon was last because I probably would have left the whole thing had they been first.
Yeah, I love Styx. Yeah. Well, sometimes
Styx
that's
still sounds great, man. They sound great still.
yeah. Well, some
Styx?
bands, yeah, some bands still have it. Some bands definitely don't. I mean, it's age though. These
Well,
guys
for
are
sure.
60, 70 years
And
old.
you're going to have a bad show just like you're going to have a bad set as a comedian or anything else. So I'm not saying they're always bad, but the set that I saw was atrocious.
I went and saw Motley Crue, and it's like, I mean, they were all right, but it's not like going and see Motley Crue in the 80s.
No, it's not.
Those guys are 30 years older and about 40 pounds heavier.
At least.
So it's yeah. But yeah, so he has to get Ario Speedway, and he eventually gets Ario Speedway, and he uses them to launder more money, and it's hilarious because their manager is not at all. I mean, yeah, being a band, you're probably used to it.
Yeah.
Playing at all the places you played, it's hilarious because the guy turns around like, "Wait, let me call someone." And he's like, "Yeah, this guy wants me to help him launder money. It's an extra $100K." He goes, "Okay, we're good.
We're good. That's it. One phone call. That's easy.
Yeah. It was probably the lead singer of Ario Speedway. He's like,
Probably.
yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, who cares?
We could use it. But yeah, so Ario's good. They have the fucking dentist meeting, and Wendy is also she's just willing to wage all
War.
kinds of war,
Yeah.
war after war
On everyone.
Yeah, she's going full psycho
Mm-hmm.
mode. She provokes Darlene into hitting her at like a farmer's market, and she really did provoke her.
She provoked the hell out of her.
Darlene sucks. She's a bad person, but Wendy definitely did this to to help her change this.
Well, yeah, she basically called her a terrible mom right in front of her face and said that she was going to take Zeke away from her.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot, you know.
but you got to assume that woman's not the best mom.
You know what? I got to say, though, throughout the show, she was a pretty good mom. Besides the whole drug running thing.
Besides the breast milk thing and slashing the tire, and like every time someone gave her any advice, she would want to do like the baby shouldn't have sun in it in the eyes.
And then
she's like, the baby's okay.
The
It's
vitamin D.
sun bright.
It's like 95 out. The baby's like crying.
Just sweating
Heat
bullets.
stroke.
Yeah. Oh, babies are like corn. Funny thing, babies aren't like corn.
They're actually no resemblance
very
to corn
different.
whatsoever.
They're very different than corn.
You gotta
That's the thing.
change
yeah.
your
That's
goodness.
the thing, yeah. Babies are similar to a lot of things.
They are.
Corn, it's not up there.
It's not on the
up there
top
being-
12.
There might even be closer vegetables that are
could.
related to maybe a melon of some sort.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so Wendy gets her to hit her, which is good. And FBI agent Maya Miller is introduced, and she's working with the FBI. She's going to be at the casino every day. With
She's
the,
also part of that
the
committee.
task
the task
force,
force. Yeah.
And and she just wants Marty to sign a deal.
A deal, but there are stipulations behind the deal. The stipulation is that he must plead guilty to a crime
Yes.
and serve 18 months behind bars and then go into witness protection.
Yeah, no, it's no witness protection, he said, because he's going to serve 18 months, it's going to look like he didn't rat out Navarro.
Oh, yeah, that was
Because
right. Yes.
because that was the new stipulation, was they don't want him to sign a deal they want him to sign a deal for a different crime,
Right.
so he would get less, and then he wouldn't have to go, because that was the whole thing, is he didn't want to have to go and hide his family away, change his name and shit. Yeah, I think, it's a big hassle. But, so that's the new, and Marty says no. He says, I can't do that, but Agent Maya, she says, all right, I'm going to be here day after day with everyone. So tracking to make sure no money is coming in that isn't actually coming in.
Yeah.
And Trevor, the FBI agent, gets to Tommy, and he was one of the guys that burned the boat. And
Yes.
they get to him to flip.
Well, okay, and I swear to you, that scene where he puts his hand on the window, I'm like, why did he do that? They're going to get the fingerprints from that.
Yeah.
And then he literally took him into the FBI room a few scenes later and was like, Do you see this video of you putting your hands? We have confirmation that's you, which you could see clear as day. It was his face.
Yeah.
But also the fingerprints on the glass.
And it's a
I was
casino.
like,
There's going to be cameras everywhere.
I know. Like, hello? Wow, hello? Anyone home? McFly? I mean, God,
Yeah.
like, duh, you wear a mask. That'd be
That's what I was saying. None of them were doing. Yeah, they were like, it's like robbing a bank.
Right. You gotta seal your identity.
There's gonna be cameras everywhere. And I swear they were just looking up, like looking at the sky and shit, making sure.
Oh, that is a camera. Let me get closer. Let me make sure. Is that a camera? Oh,
that
it is
a
a
camera?
camera. Oh, okay.
All right, yeah, that is definitely a camera.
Stupid.
Does that shoot 4K? Looks like it does. Looks like it does. Yeah.
Definitely saw my face.
But yeah, and then he ends up flipping for him.
He
that
does.
we think, right? Or I mean, we know.
We know. Yeah, he's flipped. He's flipped. He's working for the FBI agent.
Yeah, and
Tony.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Close.
I was close.
That ends episode 3. We get into episode 4, boss fight, and Marty is abducted during the REO Speedwagon set.
is.
But according to you, probably a good thing, because REO probably wasn't playing the hits.
I did not see that coming.
So
That's
maybe,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, he got out at the right time. Let me tell you, that trip to Mexico
Maybe he was
would
like,
have
oh, thank God. I'd rather get waterboarded than see them butcher another
been.
hit.
Look, he's like the one band I could stand to see behind bars for helping me launder would be REO Speedwagon. Of course, bring
So
him in.
he's dragged away with just a smile across his face, being, thank God I don't got to sit through that bullshit.
Maybe these guys are doing the hard job of killing me instead of having to watch them.
So, but really, it's scary, of course.
It is.
He thinks he's dead. He thinks this is the time. And Ben tells Ruth about this, and they tail the car, which is fucking ballsy. And they
Super
just pull a gun out, and then they stop tailing.
Said, all right, we're good. We're not
Good
going to do
enough
this
for me.
anymore.
What do they think was going to happen? They're
I
just going
know.
to let him go
Like, follow him the whole time?
to Mexico? Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No.
But, yeah, and Wendy ends up telling Ben everything about the Navarro, because he ends up finding out that Ben and Charlotte know everything.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks this is kind of bad parenting. And, he says to her, it's fucking crazy. He says you can't tell your kids, you got to leave them out of this.
And during this time, too, like the kids even know about we should bring up the smurfing, because this is the only way they're laundering money, is they're taking like 10 to 20 people a day, giving them $9,000, losing it at the casino, and then cashing out with only $1,000 left.
Yeah.
And so you've got that whole debacle, too, with FBI agents trying not to catch people either doing that.
Oh, yeah. And that's still, it's still on the numbers, and you know immediately how good the FBI agent is, because she picks it up immediately.
Right
She's
away.
like, oh, that's a 5% intake from it. And Ruth kind of starts freaking out, because Ruth is now, what we saw on her own. She's running the
Yes.
casino by herself, and it turns out she can't run the fucking thing.
No, and you cannot do the job that Marty Bird does,
Yeah.
especially on the books, too.
But that's good advice. If you're ever in a job and someone asks you if you could do something, just say
Just
yes
say
and
yes
figure it out on the job.
on the fly.
I
You
can't
gotta
tell
do it
you.
on the
how
fly.
many-
As long as you pretend you know what you're doing.
You know how to drive a forklift, right? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I had a...
100%. I went to forklift school for years. Yeah, you learn them on the job. That's how
definitely
you get
do.
promotions.
Yes.
That's how, you get to the CEO position. You're a yes man
You got to be a yes man.
until they figure it out and fire you for incompetence.
By that time, you're probably high
By
up the
that
ladder.
time, you're firing people for incompetence. You're the
Yes.
one doing that job. Yeah, but ends up, again, she can't run it because one of the counts ends up getting flagged.
Yes.
I don't want to jump ahead too far because we're
Yeah.
only on 4 right now.
Right.
But so Marty, he's being tortured in his cell,
Mhm.
and he's having all kinds of crazy flashbacks, like you do when you're being tortured. You always
course.
flashback to the most traumatic childhood memory.
And there are some pretty significant scenes in this, too, because Navarro comes out and he asks him, what do you want? What do you want? Marty does this fake, I just want to see my family.
Yeah.
And he says, liar. And he decks him a couple times and then leaves. And then he comes back again a little bit later on in this torture. He's like, what do you want, Marty? What do you want? He goes, I want the Laguna cartel to cut your fucking head off.
I like that.
And I was like, damn.
Still not the right answer.
Not the one he was looking for, no.
And and Navarro comes down and kind of beats the shit out of him for a little bit.
And then they proceed to do the rock and roll, the hardcore metal with the stadium lights, which, God, that'd be awful. The combination of those two.
It's horror, yeah.
For hours on end.
Oh, yeah. It's sleep deprivation torture. That's what the
Correct.
Viet Cong used to do. And it's apparently the worst kind of torture.
Oh, for sure. You lose your mind.
Yeah, after too many days of no sleep, your mind fucking consumes itself. It just starts eating away at it. But it's not too bad right now. They're feeding him rice and beans, which is nice.
It is nice.
And it's
better than
authentic. It's in
nothing.
Mexico, so it's got to be pretty good, I assume.
I'm sure he's got a chef somewhere making it.
But yeah, so he's being tortured, and again, Navarro keeps asking what he's want, but this isn't really a test for Marty. It's a test for them to make sure that they can still launder money.
Without him.
But fucking smart, because the FBI agent who's on his side, really.
She is. At this point, she is.
She flags an account that stops all the money laundering.
Which was a bank account like Panama or something.
Yeah, Panama. That's where everyone fucking keeps their money.
Some offshore account.
Yeah. But, yeah, and that stops the money laundering. So Navarro sees that Marty is, he's not expendable.
No, he's not. Because
you got to keep him around. He's the only one that knows
in
how
the
to do
way
it.
that he was able to do that, from what I gathered, I don't know shit about finances when it comes to that, but it was pretty impressive when he was breaking down how he goes about all the overrides in the system.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, no one else could do it but him. That was the whole point, I'm guessing, of that scene.
Exactly, yeah.
But still, not the answer Navarro's looking for. Goes back to the cells. Tells him to take him away, and goes back to the torture. Navarro ends up telling Marty that he admires Wendy because Wendy wants it all.
Yep.
And that's a good trait if you are a drug lord. Wanting it all, yeah, that's a good thing. Not if you got 2 kids, and wanting it all means you got to go deeper and deeper into the fucking Mexican cartels. So, but Navarro says, I like your wife, and I think he's got the hots for her.
He does,
sure.
a little bit,
Oh,
because he's
for
making
sure.
phone calls. If
Oh,
he wasn't
yeah.
Navarro, Mr. Marty
Yeah.
Bird would be like, excuse me, sir, this is a little inappropriate. You got to quit calling my wife as much as you do.
But what Wendy doesn't know is that Marty has been spying on all of her phone
Yes,
calls
and listening in.
through spyware that he,
And at this point, Navarro knows that. Because
yeah,
remember the last time that they had a conversation, Wendy and Navarro, he said, hang up the phone. This line's been compromised.
yeah.
And that's one of the big reasons why he ended up bringing
And Marty was listening to that.
Marty
and he was like,
in.
"Oh shit,
He's like, gonna close
gonna
this
delete
laptop.
that."
Because he didn't know if he could trust him. He goes, why don't you trust your wife? If you guys are in on this together, why don't you trust your wife?
And at first he says he does, but then he ends up saying, "I don't fucking trust her," and you don't have any reason to trust her at this point.
No, you don't.
No reason. He went behind her. She went behind his back to set up the casino, the
Yeah.
fucking muddy water.
Well, and
whatever
she's a
you
wild
call it.
card to begin with, too. So
Yeah. And while this is happening, like we said, Ruth starts the money laundering team with that includes Ben, and that's Smurfing. That's going in, losing 8,000, taking your 1,000, you know. But Charlotte admits to Helen that she knows about her parents, and Helen does not fucking like that, because Helen is trying to a tough time to do it is trying to like rekindle the fire between her and her daughter.
yeah, times are not great for doing something quite like that.
So Helen kind of freaks out that Charlotte knows that, because Helen's kids know fucking nothing.
Nothing.
Helen
They are-
is a good parent.
She is.
Helen is the kind of parent you want in this scenario.
At least when it comes to not telling your kids
Yeah.
everything that you're doing.
It's so obvious not to tell your kids in this scenario, but not Marty. They're real new age when it comes to raising kids. Let them know everything.
If you work for the cartels, you really wouldn't tell your kids?
No, it's dangerous.
Well, it's
It-
dangerous for them not to know, too.
No, it's not. What are they going to do if they don't know?
Run. If they do know,
Run
they
where?
can run.
Run from what?
I don't know. Just drive away.
From the cartels, man?
Yeah,
You just
for
said they're not going to win away from the cartels. Where are they going to run to? Mexico?
No, go to the FBI.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if they
Witness
don't know, they
protection.
can't. Yeah, they don't know, man. Ignorance is the best thing. Fucking her husband is alive.
Until someone comes around with a couple fucking Uzis and sprays your house,
Yeah, but
kills your kids inside.
yeah, but I guess you can't avoid that anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess what telling them that's not going to make them bulletproof.
Yeah, but it makes them more aware. Makes them more aware of the situation, so at least they can keep a visual, an eye out.
My kid should be aware of men coming around in Uzis anyways, regardless of being in the cartels. I don't know. I gotta warn my kids. Hey guys, if a guy comes around with a newsie, he's not friendly. I'm not because I'm in the cartel. Just because men don't come around to newsies. Yeah, fuck no.
I just think Jonah's so much more prepared because I mean he's a little creep kind of, but it's flying the drone around that whole season too, around the girls out there in the bathing suits. I'm like, dude, enough.
Yeah.
Jonah.
Oh yeah.
One of them's your
he's
sister.
14.
Come on, man. This is a little weird. Why
That
you
was a
fly
good. That was a
around?
good bit though. When the drone kept falling out of the sky,
yeah.
every time someone said something mildly sexual, like he's always watching.
Like, damn it.
Because Helen's daughter is fucking a kind of a loose cannon herself.
Yeah,
she
she
just wants to
is.
get laid.
She does.
She can't go out to Chicago with her V card. She says it.
Well, and Charlotte saw a lot of her in obviously herself because Charlotte kind of did the same thing in the first season.
Yeah.
Wanted to kind of get away and just lose her virginity to some dude at one of those parties.
Then Charlotte knew she had to grow the fuck up when her parents told her that they're laundering money
for a cartel.
I don't even know how old Charlotte is anymore.
No,
is
nor
she
do I.
15? Is she 22?
I don't know.
She's got a 40-hour job she's working.
She does.
But so Helen warned Charlotte that if you tell my daughter, I'm gonna fucking kill
I'm
you.
gonna have to kill you. But plain as day, yeah.
And pretty much. Wendy pretty much just tells her, just listen to her. Just don't tell her. It's best if you don't. Helen's probably pretty serious about this. But, so Charlotte doesn't know. Ruth reports that, again, one of the counselors are frozen, and it shows that Navarro needs Marty still. And then Navarro finally asks, what do you want? And Marty tells him, one, he doesn't want to launder money. He wants to launder money when he says he wants to launder money.
Yes, when it's actually safe to do so.
Yeah. And he says, and Navarro says when that's going to be. And he says it's going to be safe when I get the FBI agent in my pocket. Yep. He plans on fucking flipping.
Which is a tall order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's been through some stuff at this moment. He's kind of had like I don't even know, an epiphany down there. Because this has been a while now. He's been down there. And
it has been.
He's gone kind of crazy. He's had flashbacks of him when his father was sick.
Yes.
And playing kind of a video game and a metaphorical. It kind of showed him that
only the people with, I love that saying,
you gotta pay to play.
You gotta pay to play. Only the people who have enough quarters can play the game. Because he's watching this kid who has perfect gameplay. Yeah. Yet at some point, the kid's still got to put more quarters
Exactly. In. It's not about skill. It's not about hard work.
It's about how much quarters you have.
It's about how much quarters you have. But if you pulled that shit in the real arcade world, it doesn't fly like that. You put your quarter on the machine. You don't roll out a fucking roll of quarters, man. You got to call the machine. It's fighting. Those are fighting, especially in the 80s.
Yes.
Especially, the 80s were a great time when they have arcade machines in hospitals.
Yeah, no kidding.
How awesome is that?
I know. I've never seen one of those anywhere in any hospital. I've never seen any entertainment for children.
Usually you don't want kids hanging around your hospital. That's why.
Just get the kids coming in every day. Hey, guys. It's like,
you
what are you doing
sick
here?
Parents? Yeah. This is a hospital. You know your way, right?
You just can't come in here.
People are getting medicine here. But yeah, it's still a cool thing. It's the 80s or whatever he grew up. So, there's fucking arcade machines everywhere.
Yeah.
Marty also tells Navarro one other thing. He says, I want you to say thank you. And Navarro doesn't say thank you.
No, of course not.
Well, he kind of does by letting him live.
Yeah, I would say that's a thank you enough. I'll take that thank you.
Because he ends up dropping Marty off the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Quick.
Back at his house.
Yeah, right back
at
at his
house.
house.
And at this whole time, FBI agent Maya has been like, where is he? Where is he?
Oh, she's
and
freaking
they're all
out.
saying that he just went on a little trip.
Yeah, she's freaking out. No one else is freaking out. That's freaking her out because she goes to Wendy and's like, look, we have evidence he was kidnapped. She shows her pictures. And Wendy's like, no, he's in Kansas. That's definitely doesn't look good, but he's in Kansas.
Yeah.
But they're all freaking out.
Right.
And Helen even asked Wendy, how are you going to tell their kids that Marty's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking crazy. And Wendy kind of breaks down, but Ben's there and he kind of consoles her. That's episode 4. Episode 5, it came from, oh God. How do you say that? It came from Mick, I don't even,
No, I don't.
No idea. But it starts out with Wendy explained to Ruth.
I'm not even going to attempt it, dude.
I don't know. I have no idea. It came from
McCowican?
I don't know. But it starts out with Wendy explained to Ruth the laundering team to to Marty about what's going on. You got to catch him up. He's been away.
He's been away for a while, so he doesn't actually even know.
Yeah,
and he also brings up that her brother Ben is a part of it too, which I thought was such a dumb idea.
Yeah,
isn't that a huge red flag? The brother's bringing $9,000 a day.
A day and losing it all.
Yeah, what do you do again?
Yeah, he's a substitute teacher. Yeah. Don't look up his fucking
finances.
Yeah. Or his history, because you're gonna see a lot of shit. And you're gonna find out that he's actually wanted. He's got a bench warrant out.
Yep.
That's why he says he can't leave. But yeah. So Wendy asks Sam to intentionally lose a large sum of money at the casino and to be repaid in cash. Mm-hmm. Ruth tells Frank Jr. to stop loan sharking because Frank's always got something on the side going on. Even though, again, Ruth, not a good time to do this.
And it's a dangerous time, too, on top of that, because it's like you're extending these lines of credit out when the FBI's breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
But, again, Frank Jr. hates Ruth, so he doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't give a shit about anything that... And Navarro instructs Wendy and Marty to buy another legitimate business, a Kentucky horse farm, which... If you're FBI, you're looking at this, you're thinking, this is fucking nuts. They're buying a new business every goddamn...
It's way too much, man. Yeah. And that's what I thought, too. When they went there and they bought it, I'm like, God, they're going to run around like chickens with their head cuts off, man. Because it's just like, how are you going to run? How are you going to manage all of this?
I know. It's insane.
When the lady that they...
And it doesn't look good, though. You're opening, I'm like, obviously open the casino. How good is that casino doing?
Yeah.
Where they're buying this giant fucking horse farm now. It's huge.
It's huge. It's a massive facility. I mean, they're investing a ton of money into it as well. And they meet up with that lady who runs the whole show.
So passionate about horses.
Super passionate. You could tell she
just
really,
a real
really
horse
cared.
lady. And if you ever met a horse person, they are very passionate about horses.
And it seemed like that meeting went so well because, she offered to
well.
Yeah. She offered to have them stay over. They went into the barn and they were touching the horses and
stuff.
The
horse lady's like,
I've
I've never had a deal like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is almost too good to believe.
Well, it's because it is.
We'll believe it, horse lady. Things are going to get a lot worse from here.
Now you're working for a cartel, so...
You went from having a 100% legitimate business where you just loved horses to now you're working for the most violent cartel.
And you're also scared you're going to die at any moment.
Yep. But, hey, you still get to hang out with horses. Yeah, so Marty and Wendy, they stay at the horse farm for a little bit, a day.
They do.
Because Marty, again, he's got a new lease on life.
He does.
He's happy as hell.
And he also even says that he's going to go to the court hearing in the morning with Wendy to go for Zeke.
Yes, to get Zeke back.
Yep.
Doesn't work out so well.
It doesn't, no.
Because old fucking Darlene has an ace up her sleeve, that greaseball Wyatt. He comes in and says, Darlene's super awesome, never talks to a dead husband, not crazy at all. Wendy actually was the first person to throw a punch. Darlene was just protecting herself.
Which that was a lie. That was a flat out lie. But at the same time, Wendy was instigating it and kind of deserved it.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, how much are you going to believe from fucking one? This judge could look at Wyatt's background and know he was just arrested a week earlier on trespassing and breaking and entering. Yeah.
Well, and then not only that, but you put two and two together. I mean, he's living at that house as well with Darlene.
Yep. With really Darlene, who has a history of slashing people's tires and probably just jumping people. Yeah. But the judge was like, yeah, Wendy, or she's a great mom, Wendy, and you're a goddamn liar. Because Wendy did throw a possum at...
on top of their house
which Wendy could have just said no.
She could have.
She lied the entire time.
The whole show, and the one thing she wanted to take credit for was something insignificant. The one thing she'll tell the truth on.
The one thing that could be a lie, she threw a possum at my...
No, I didn't. That's absurd.
She goes, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. In all fairness, that was totally
funny as hell, and that one was on me. Yeah.
She goes, and they were odd circumstances, but,
Yeah, what circumstances call for throwing a possum on?
I don't know.
Unless you borrowed that dead possum and you're giving it back to person, that's the only circumstances that calls for
Maybe, yeah.
So, while all this is going on, again, they lose the custody hearing, and Marty says, just give it up.
Yeah.
Wendy, you fucking psychopath, give it up. wage one war at a time. If you're gonna wage wars, you don't fight 8 different
Every war.
That's how the Nazis lost.
Yep.
Learn from past mistakes, Wendy, and but Marty doesn't care because he just got a new game cabinet in.
He did.
He's fucking pumped up for this. That's all that matters to him. He's got to get the high score, and he's paying quarter after quarter in this thing, even though he owns the machine. But
Wendy also, this is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Wendy obtains information on Maya because they really wanted to try to persuade her over to turn on the feds and be a part of the Navarro cartel, but they find her background where her father was literally one of those people.
yeah, Maya, the FBI agent. So she has.
So she's incorruptible.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like, I don't even know. She's like the Bruce Wayne of the FBI at this point. And she's not doing it for the recognition.
Nope.
She's doing it because she's got some crazy history. So she tells Marty this, and Marty's like, oh, fuck yeah. He's like, that's even good, better. He's like, it's going to be so much sweeter when I turn this lady that...
Well, believe and achieve, you know?
Yeah,
I think
yes,
that's what...
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the secret, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, because Marty's not really upset about this.
Yep.
Wendy's like, yeah, so we can't turn her, and Marty's like, yeah, we'll turn her. I think we're gonna do just fine. But while this happened, Cosgrove, the employee, the guy who's turning or is flipping or whatever, is snooping. He ends up snooping inside the bird's house.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking crazy because Jonah ends up seeing him.
Right.
Comes flying off the
Yeah,
handle.
the scene, they were hanging out at the boat docks.
Yeah, how old is this guy?
I don't know. He looked way older to be
He's
hanging out with
smoking
high school
cigarettes,
girls.
He's
Yeah.
drinking beer. And he's
like he's
trying to
almost
get with
30,
his 15-year-old. But that's classic Missouri.
It is
You
classic
gotta
Missouri.
Think that's the
It
Ozarks,
really
baby, and
is.
it's lawless down there
Well,
when it
we
comes
see
to
some
that.
other things too. I mean, in this episode, we saw Darlene and Wyatt. They're getting it on.
Yeah, well, that's I think is legal. I think Wyatt's an
I
adult.
guess so. Yeah. No, he's not.
Yeah,
No, because he was going to school, was he not?
yeah. I don't think he's there
He was in
anymore,
high
though.
school.
Yeah.
He was. I think he's still in high school this season.
Well, but he's older than 3. That's his younger brother, and that kid looks like he's damn near 16.
yeah,
in
that's
this
true.
episode.
Maybe he was. I know for a fact he was in high school in this show, but maybe not anymore.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, no, because remember he was applying for colleges and shit in the last season. Remember that was the whole thing is he could get into a bunch of schools, but he didn't want to because he was so smart.
Okay.
Remember all that?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think he's legal.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh,
no, he
not
is
to
legal.
say it's not fucking weird.
It is still like a 45-year difference or
yeah,
something
but
like
it's
that,
super. I mean, hey, old lady's got to get it on too, man.
Oh, of
All right?
course. You know what?
Absolutely.
More power to Darlene. I mean, to be able to reel in someone like that.
And Wyatt was down with it.
He was, you know.
It's not like he was like, oh, okay. And he was like, he was for
He
man.
was like, let's get it on.
Wyatt's on another level. He's a higher level of thinking. He knows. And Darlene, she's got experience. She makes that clear.
She does. She's got a lot of
got some
experience.
city miles
not
on
just,
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not just in the bedroom, but also with dealing heroin.
Yeah.
Because she reopens her enterprise.
She's got a big old heroin crew
She
out there
does.
clearing land. And I guess it ends up being like this is going to be like a Wyatt Darlene fucking enterprise.
Duo. Yeah.
Old and young. Love it.
It
Love
is.
what's happening there.
It's a good
It's a beautiful
dynamic.
love story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Darlene, she's starting up the heroin business again. She's getting great advice from Jacob.
She is.
He's still coming down,
He's
telling her what to
giving
do.
her some knowledgeable wisdom
Yeah,
from
about
above
the advice. And
or below, wherever he is.
yeah, I'm sure he probably, if there's a heaven, he's probably not
there.
There's
No.
probably not too many heroin drug
Could you
lords.
imagine just get up to heroin or get up to heaven? There's
God's like, yeah, we let anyone in.
like, it was everyone.
We had to set the bar low where no one was getting
Yeah,
in.
he
After a
was-
while, we had to set it real low.
Oh god, it's like The Good Place where it's like no one got in at all.
Is that what happens in the good place?
Well, yeah, because like the system's corrupt, so they have to go and fix it. It's funny.
That is funny.
Part of it. It's a really good show.
But
Really good.
all right, so yeah, again, Darlene Zeke, very odd,
Mm-hmm.
but they do make sweet, consensual love.
They do.
We got to make that
They
clear.
do.
2 consenting adults, so it's cool, man.
It's cool.
Do what you
We're
got to
fine
do.
with it. And this though, this is a big moment. Right after that is Wendy goes to the therapist.
I
Sue.
love this. Sue is my favorite character in the show right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sue's killing it.
Yeah, she kind of maneuvers in a way to like. She's like, well, maybe I can give you some more
Oh, yeah.
compensation for
And Sue's
maybe
double dipping.
seeing Marty my way.
Yeah.
and what I think. And
Sue's
she's
like,
I think we can definitely do that.
That's so crazy. That's crazy, but I think I'm gonna try it. So yeah, now she's getting paid by Wendy and Marty without them knowing.
Also makes her job really hard because she's trying to side with both, but she can't. So she ends up just being quiet as they argue and flip shit on each other.
But it kind of doesn't because she does nothing. They argue the entire time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She just kind of sits back after that.
It's easy for her. She's just raking in the fucking dough. But she's just there, not even for the money. She's just once she talks about it, she says, "I want to see where this goes." Fuck, I would be too. She's probably thinking, "Man, this would make a great TV show."
Well, guess
Maybe
what,
it's gonna get meta. Maybe it's gonna get real meta, and she's gonna start writing the first season of the Ozarks. But yeah, she's all for it. She's in no risk, and she's getting a front row seat to everything. And that's kind of how it ends. Well, it ends kind of crazier than that because Navarro ends up fucking taking the balls. What, after a day of owning it?
Yeah.
What's the horse lady's name? I can't remember.
I don't remember the horse lady's
Nicest
name.
lady in the world comes in and
she's so distraught.
And a prize horse is getting its
testicles removed.
It's getting gilded, yeah. Which is a very bad thing for a prize horse. And the horse lady doesn't own this horse.
No, it's owned by the leader of the Lagunas cartel.
Yeah, which she doesn't know. She just thinks it's someone's own, and this guy just came in and again, it doesn't look good, someone says, "Hey, watch after my horse." You come in and now his nuts are gone without you knowing. Yeah. So she is freaking out about
She really
that.
believes it's going to ruin the whole business. And Wendy's even pissed off too.
Yeah.
Wendy's mad about it. And I don't know if it's this. No, it's not. We'll talk about what Wendy does later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets really crazy after this. After episode 5, dude, it's like, oh my God,
I don't doubt
one
it.
after another after another. I might rewatch 6 through 10 again.
I'm excited, yeah, because
it's wild.
You watch it. I
did watch the whole
have
thing.
no idea where this is going, but it ends with Marty pretending to cooperate with Maya, the FBI agent. The last thing he says was, "I went down to Mexico," on record.
Yep.
Where's it gonna go?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, but Marty wants the best of both worlds. He wants to give Maya information, but also not take the deal that she offered him.
Well,
So
yeah,
they're kind of stuck in that crossroad there.
Yeah, he just wants her off his ass without him having to go to prison.
Exactly.
And she says that's not how a deal works.
No,
you
it
got to give something. But, all right, that's it. That's episode 1 through 5. Next episode, episode 6, Su Casa es mi casa.
Yes. We'll be
Which is
tackling
Spanish
those
for
next
my
week.
house is your house.
It is.
Nice.
I actually took a little Espanol
Not
in
to
high
brag,
school.
not to brag, but
I did know what that means.
Yeah, we are multilingual here on the
we
Have You
are.
Seen It podcast.
Yeah.
Well, anything else to add, Mason?
No, I think that about wraps it up, Cash.
I'm excited for it. I
am
can't
I.
wait. It's everything.
Cannot wait
It's
to talk
everything we
about it.
waited for.
Yeah. 6 through 10 next week. Check us out, the TV Tuesdays. And be sure to check out our YouTube channel, guys. Type in Have You Seen It? Have You Seen It podcast. Be sure to subscribe there. Hit the bell notification. Like the videos. Comment below. Get interactive with us. You can find us all social media pages. Twitter, Seen It Podcast. Instagram, Have You Seen It? Facebook, Have You Seen It Podcast. Cash is also on Twitter. That's just Cash. In our podcast audio format, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Did I leave anything else, Cash?
That's it. You got it.
All righty, guys. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause. And until next time.
Adios.